We're joined by Credit Clear. Credit Clear is an Australian-based FinTech company that specialises in providing highly innovative and proven solutions to help organisations significantly improve the effectiveness of managing their receivables. Credit Clear's platform has more advantages than large enterprise clients needing to facilitate consumer payments across multiple channels. The company provides the capability for tailored communications to facilitate payments at all stages of the cycle, from invoicing through to debt collection. Today's conference is streamed using the Shogun 7, which is a product of ASX-listed tech company Atomos. The Shogun 7 delivers mind-blowing HDR monitoring, recording and playback, and seamless multi-camera switching, which you'll see in action in the upcoming stream. We'll now hand over to co-founder Lewis Romano. Prior to founding Credit Clear, Lewis was founder and MD of Australia's third largest job site, spotjobs.com. After leading the business to a liquidity event, Lewis turned his focus to the creation of Credit Clear. Before Lewis kicks off, we'll watch a brief explainer on Credit Clear.
The debt collection industry is ripe for disruption, and Credit Clear is leading the way with a vastly superior approach for a modern world. Rapid advances in computer intelligence are changing the landscape, so much so that analysts are predicting that deep learning will be more impactful than the internet itself, which created $10 trillion in global equity market capitalisation over the last 20 years. We are positioned to thrive in this space and generate strong outcomes for our stakeholders. Credit Clear harnesses advanced computer learning to increase engagement and improve management of debt. Our intelligent workflows are proven to deliver a cost of collection consistently below 5% and even below 3% for many of our enterprise clients, all while improving customer sentiment. In the digital age, customers expect managing personal affairs to be easy and seamless. Why should managing debt be any different? With Credit Clear, tailored email and SMS campaigns are sent at the right time with the right language to engage customers. In just a few taps, customers can make an immediate payment in full, create payment arrangements, and organise callbacks or a direct call. A simple process completed in under 10 seconds, with businesses receiving immediate payment. Credit Clear's completely automated system allows businesses to transform their customer experience using a secure, robust, and highly scalable platform. And the results speak for themselves. We are leading the market in digital collections, delivering enormous benefits to our clients. Since launching to market in July 2017, we have managed 2.5 million invoices and recovered in excess of $80 million, while increasing recovery rates by up to 280%. We are continuing to invest heavily in our AI capabilities to improve the speed, cost, and experience of managing receivables. We know businesses are moving away from the traditional management of debt and seeking a better way to engage with their customers. By leveraging our technology-driven competitive advantage, Credit Clear is set to revolutionise the global landscape of digital collections.
Hi, my name is Lewis Romano and I'm the founder of Credit Clear. And in just a short time, Credit Clear has grown to become the market leader in a category that we created in the recovery space by introducing digital actionable communications for receivables optimisation. And since we commercialised this technology just 3.5 years ago, we've been able to prove ourselves and our technology with many ASX 100 and several ASX 20 companies that trust Credit Clear to communicate to its debtors in a way that's different to the traditional and antiquated approach of letters in the mail, phone calls that tend to be ducked and weaved and unanswered, which creates a very ineffective and environment full of friction that doesn't achieve the outcomes that we're now able to do in a digital world through Credit Clear. The success of Credit Clear was born on the back of the superior user experience that we introduced to the marketplace, allowing our clients to communicate through a completely white-labelled environment, right through from sending SMS from their name, not a phone number, that individuals can click a white-labelled link, come through and address a debt matter, whether it be in early stage, pre-due, right through to later stage arrears. Credit Clear caters to the marketplace by allowing this bespoke white-label technology to create a customer-friendly and customer-first approach to communicating to debtors about matters that need to be attended to, whether they be, as I've mentioned, early stage, pre-due, right through to late stage written off and very late debts, which Credit Clear has tremendous application for, and clients across the depth and breadth of the industry. The key benefits to digitising this process and migrating traditional collections into the digital space, which Credit Clear has done so effectively, is the data that we capture. And through data, we are able to continuously optimise outcomes for our customers. We're able to understand what is the right time of the day to send a communication to an individual debtor, what is the best language to use, what is the best platform to use. So we send it by SMS or email. Our data engine and machine learning AI allows us to automate these decision-making processes to continuously and further optimise outcomes without the intervention of human input. Through the lens of the user, for the end customer of a Credit Clear client, the experience is superior. It is seamless. It's a leaps and bounds ahead of the traditional receiving a phone call, a letter in the mail, perhaps even a knock at the door. Through the white-labelled environment that is Credit Clear, our clients can send bespoke communications tailored to the individual user, which can even be delivered in the language that is set to the individual's phone device, ensuring that each and every recipient of a Credit Clear communication receives a custom communication that is delivered deliberately, intentionally for that person. And for that user, the experience is easy, it's not threatening, it's not invasive. We don't have people putting their head in the sand, avoiding debt collection phone calls. And most importantly, in the current climate, it's just not done. It's just not acceptable to lump these debts onto third parties and expect that individuals, through no fault of their own, who may be in a situation of financial hardship, be fielding calls from third-party agencies. And that's in a large part due to has given success to Credit Clear of recent times. Our success is evidenced by the portfolio of clients that we've accumulated in just a short time of 3.5 years of commercialising the technology. We have key clients in a wide range of industry with deep roots in financial services, local and state government, which are notoriously difficult to acquire the trust of, now do trust Credit Clear at scale, as well as the largest energy retailers and the ISPs in the country using Credit Clear to communicate to their customers in the digital way, in a way that's effective, in a way that's customer-centric, and in a way that protects the brand identity of our clients. It's also worth noting that the application of Credit Clear is diverse and broad. We have clients such as Transurban, Slater and Gordon in the legal space, and Epworth in the private hospital group, really speaking to the power of Credit Clear across a completely diverse range of industry. And for all of those clients that you saw on the screen just a moment ago, there's 3 key outcomes that we promise them before we work with them, and that we promise them and that we always deliver when we do work with anybody, and that's that we will reduce our customers' costs, we'll increase their collections, and most importantly, create a far superior user experience and create greater engagement and payment outcomes, which is the ultimate outcome of Credit Clear. A brief and short history for Credit Clear, as we have only had a short history, entering the market in 2017, when we commercialised the product for the first time, we were supported with some early adopters to the technology who saw a better way to talk to their customers about missed payments. Those organisations such as TPG, Money3, Probe and Prosper, still with us today, still strong supporters of Credit Clear, and in the current climate, during this COVID period, ever growing their usage of the platform and migrating more and more so away from the traditional outbound phone call approach, rather using Credit Clear's digital white label platform to communicate to debtors in a much more friendly and effective way. Moving on from the commercialisation of the product in 2017, we were supported by Bell Potter for our Series A round, which brought on a stable of notable investors to continue to support the business through a strategic acquisition of Credit Solutions in 2019, which allowed us to create our vision of having an end-to-end offering in the marketplace. So as well as digital collections, we now offer traditional collections and use that as a means to migrate the traditional collections portfolio of customers that we have into the digital landscape, where the outcomes are stronger and the margins are far greater for the Credit Clear business. In 2020 and beyond, we anticipate a likely IPO in the not too distant future, and that will allow us to invest over $10 to $12 million in the coming period in our technology to further advance our market leadership in this space. I touched on the end-to-end capabilities of Credit Clear in the receivables management space, and the acquisition of Credit Solutions and their several hundred customers has allowed us to migrate many organisations from the traditional collection space into the digital collections environment, and the results have been quite profound and incredibly strong. Probably the strongest example of the success we've had in this is with AGL, which through the traditional collections relationship that we have with them, have migrated exclusively and solely to digital collections in the white labelled environment through Credit Clear. So no longer do AGL customers that fall into arrears have debt referred to a third-party agency, which would be Credit Solutions, our business. Those customers are now communicated to in a bespoke, white-labelled, AGL-branded SMS and or email through the Credit Clear platform. And we're seeing more and more of this during the COVID environment, where organisations including TPG are using and leaning on Credit Clear to deliver custom COVID campaigns to talk to their customers in a way that's customer friendly and understanding of the scenarios of individuals that, through no fault of their own, find themselves in hardship for the first time. We also have a legal division of the business that can cater to matters that fall further down the arrears cycle as well. It is really important to note that the Credit Clear business never buys debt. We are not a debt purchaser, we don't buy debt ledgers, and that's not our game. We're a software as a service model and also have a commission-based model for the traditional collections offerings that we have. The concept of digital collections and something that we introduce is something that we introduce to the marketplace. It's something that when I was walking around and flying around the country to introduce this concept, that was new. It was considered something to contemplate, something to look at, but novel more than anything else. Digital collections is now a known quantity, and Credit Clear has created that for the marketplace here in Australia. No longer is the concept of digital collections new. The concept that Credit Clear is the best at what we do, at actionable communications, and not just sending basic SMSs. We deliver communications which debtors can click, pay, make payment arrangements, enter into arrangements with organisations in a completely customer branded environment, and importantly for our clients, giving them the opportunity to optimise outcomes through the data that we collect, through the send time optimisation that we're able to achieve by doing the collections process and the communications process in a completely digital way. The success of Credit Clear, it continues to grow, and the numbers really do speak for themselves. In April, we were sending less than 300,000 communications a month across our client portfolio in the digital realm of the business. That's now nearly 800,000 messages a month were sent in July this year. So the growth is rapid. It's been supported very successfully through the acquisition of Credit Solutions in December last year, where we've migrated many customers from the traditional sphere into the digital collection space that Credit Clear introduced to the marketplace and does so well. And that's seeing us continue to accelerate the growth of Credit Clear into our high margin digital collections business, with a strong focus on the traditional migration into the digital space. I touched on the company's intentions to invest in technology and further extend our market leadership in this space as the only true end-to-end offering in the receivables management marketplace. We've got a lot of stuff to do that we will do, and there's going to be an intense investment in extending our market leadership through small features added to the platform, such as WhatsApp and the integration with the new payments platform, right through to the data science behind how do we optimise and automate every decision that the platform makes, rather than taking all these amazing insights that Credit Clear learns and having to input them with human intervention. We see a future pretty shortly around the corner where those decision-making optimisation outcomes will be done by machines and done automatically, and that's really exciting for our customers, because the effects of our analytics and insights are quite material, and we often see 3 to 4, 5 times uplifts in outcomes based on making very small tweaks to copy, language, timing of messages and many other variables. For our clients, they are given a really powerful suite of insight into how individual campaigns and communication channels are working for their individual portfolios. The technology is well and truly proven, and extending that dominance that we have in this space is really the mission for 2020 and beyond. I think it's worthwhile to touch on the revenue model of the business divisions. The technology platform is charged on a consumption model. It's whether it's communications per month or accounts per month that we talk to. We also have a license in the United States that uses our technology. The credit solutions business is a traditional commission-based model where the margins aren't quite so high, but the yield certainly is higher. And then the legal division of Credit Clear is a traditional legal services offering. It's really important to know that the board of Credit Clear has been strengthened with some real superstars, as I'd like to refer to them, in the banking and payment space. Gerd Schenkel, our chairman, has been with the company for just on 12 months. He's the founder of UBank, former CEO of Tyro Payments, and before that, senior executive at NAB and Telstra as well. So he brings a lot of credential and connectivity to the business, as well as Marcus Price, the founder of PEXA, which has had a tremendous outcome. The Credit Clear team, as you suspect, is extremely credentialised and experienced with many years of experience in each individual's area of expertise, and we certainly have a great team to take this business forward and continue to invest in our market leadership and extend it. Thank you.
We do have a couple of questions that have come through. Obviously, you know, considering you are a pre-IPO candidate, that's understandable. There's more than usual. Firstly, maybe to start with, has there already been a lead manager appointed mandated for the IPO?
Has there been a lead manager? No, not at this point in time. Nothing has been crystallised and set in stone, but we're pretty sure that Bell Potter would be the lead for the potential float of the company if and when we do so.
Thank you. And is the communications platform own IP built internally, or are you white labelling another CPaaS provider?
Credit Clear is 100% built from the ground up here in Melbourne, Australia, with onshore resources from start to finish, and it is our own proprietary technology with a patent pending as well.
Who are your competitors, Lewis, in the digital collections market, or who do you see as competition? Because there is obviously a lot of payments companies out there, but you're targeting a really narrow niche here.
Within the end-to-end landscape of collections, in the digital, through the traditional and even legal services space, we don't have an overlapping competitor. In the digital space, there are some adjacent organisations that have overlapping offerings, but truly there is no exact replica to the Credit Clear model that can cater to organisations such as the blue chip ASX 20 companies that work with us across the entire receivables landscape.
And what's the revenue model? Could you go into a little bit more detail around that? So price per receivable, or the success, if there's a success fee attached as well?
Yeah, so with the technology platform, the Credit Clear platform, it's a consumption model, so we may change based on the based on the number of communications that we send, or the number of invoices that are loaded to the account per month, or the number of active accounts that we communicate to in any given month. For the credit solutions division of the business, the traditional receivables management division of Credit Clear, that's on a commission basis. So that's the blend of the revenue model, and with that the margins change, and the margins of the technology platform are into the 90% range. So we tend to migrate as many customers as is suitable into the digital collection space, because it is essentially most effective and most cost effective, and the best user experience for our clients and users.
One of our viewers would like to hear in your words why corporations will benefit from using Credit Clear in a COVID world or post-COVID world, if we've actually come to that.
Well, we'd love to come to a post-COVID world. Here in Melbourne, obviously, it feels nothing like that. Credit Clear is certainly counter-cyclical to the current times. We are beneficiaries of COVID, and we're grateful for that, and understand that that's not the case for every business. We've seen a surge in usage of the platform over the recent months, and that was sort of evidenced through the digital communications increase, the volume trebling, and that's because organisations like AGL, like TPG, like many others, have identified Credit Clear as the right way to communicate to their customers during this time. It's customer friendly, it's non-invasive, it's non-threatening, it's not contacting people via an outbound phone call, asking them to duck and weave that call, potentially have a conversation next to their partner at home or their colleague at work about a small debt that they'd like to pay down in instalments. Organisations like those ASX 20 companies that entrust Credit Clear, including Transurban, who communicate to millions of motorists a year through the Credit Clear platform, is that it's a better way, it's customer friendly, and especially during COVID, it's more cost effective, and it leaves a better taste in the recipient's mouth, being given a friendly client branded message as opposed to a traditional debt collection type approach.
Thanks very much, Lewis. We might leave it there for today, and of course people can find you online and learn more about the business ahead of a potential IPO in coming months, or we can't be sure of the date just yet, but we'll stay tuned. Up next at 10:15 we have a medicinal cannabis company, Can Group. Head to the website to register for the session or click on the link that's just appeared in the chat box.